From the Lich, the greatest demon in the show, the death of Princess Bubblegum, and the truth behind the Ice King will continue our adventure. This was the Season 2 of Adventure Time. Now, let's continue our journey into Season 3 of Adventure Time, where things get deeper, more emotional, and more revealing. We explore Finn's relationships and uncover even more about the mysterious past of the Ice King. Let's begin. Episode 1.
Jake the dog briefly mentions his mother. This small detail tells us something important about his past. When Jake was a child, he lived together with his father, mother, and his brother Jermaine. Even though the show does not explain much about them yet, this moment gives us a small hint about Jake's family and childhood before his adventures with Finn. The second episode doesn't play a major role. In episode 3, we are introduced to a new character named Ash, who was in a relationship with Marceline in the past. From their conversation, we learn that Ash and Marceline even lived together for some time in the treehouse before Finn and Jake lived there.
What? It's our treehouse. This must be when Marceline lived here.
The episode also gives us a small glimpse into Marceline's childhood. We learn that she lived during a time of war, which connects to the Mushroom War that was mentioned earlier in the series. This suggests that Marceline has been alive since the time when the world was being destroyed and transformed. Another important detail from her past is a small toy from her childhood named Hambo, which she kept for more than 1,000 years because it had strong emotional value for her. However, Ash secretly trades Hambo away to a witch for money. When Marceline discovers this, she becomes furious and heartbroken, and this event finally ends their relationship. Episode 4 doesn't play a major role. In episode 5,
After she became little from the leech attack,
Princess Bubblegum explains that in order to rule the Candy Kingdom, the ruler must be at least 18 years old. Since Bubblegum was turned into a 13-year-old in the previous season, she is no longer old enough to be the queen. To solve this problem, she uses a strange method related to candy biology. The citizens of the Candy Kingdom give small pieces of their own candy bodies to increase the amount of candy mass in Bubblegum's body, which helps her grow closer to her normal age again. However, the final step requires true love. When Finn the human hugs Bubblegum and kisses her, the spell is completed.
It's Finn, but first, I just want to say how much fun I've had hanging out with you.
Me too.
And I wish I could stay like this with you, but
I know, Princess.
As a result, Bubblegum returns to her normal age, becomes the rightful ruler again, and resumes her role as the princess of the Candy Kingdom. In episode 6, we notice a phrase that many characters repeat throughout the series. Oh my glob.
Oh my glob.
This expression is very similar to the real-world phrase, oh my god. Because of this, it suggests that in the world of the Land of Oo, the characters may treat Glob as a kind of god or divine figure. This is one of the small pieces of world building in Adventure Time. And later in the series, we will actually see more about Glob. Episode 7 doesn't play a major role. In episode 8, we see another romantic moment between Finn the human and Princess Bubblegum. During the episode, Finn ends up kissing Bubblegum again, marking the second kiss between them in the series.
You got the kiss, man.
Thanks, man. That face hurts a little.
Episode 9 doesn't play a major role. In episode 10, we see more development in the relationship between Marceline and Princess Bubblegum. During the episode, it is revealed that Bubblegum has been keeping an old t-shirt that Marceline gave her a long time ago.
The shirt I gave you?
yeah, it means a lot to me.
This small detail shows that their past friendship was very meaningful to both of them. Remember that t-shirt, because we will talk about it later. In episode 11, we are introduced to a new character named Mr. Pig. In this episode, he helps take care of tree trunks after she gets injured. By the end of the episode, Mr. Pig stays with her at her house, beginning their relationship. The episode also reveals something interesting about the past of Jake the dog. We learn that Jake once had a dark past,
Man, I used to hang out there back when I used to snatch old ladies' purses.
when he used to be involved in stealing and criminal activities before changing his life and becoming the hero we know. In episode 12, we focus more on a character named Cinnamon Bun. Even though he has already appeared in previous episodes as a small side character in the Candy Kingdom, this episode helps highlight him a little more. We mention him here because Cinnamon Bun will later become a much more important character. In this episode, Finn has seen a weird ghost that we don't know anything about yet, but we soon will know. Episode 13 doesn't play a major role. In episode 14, we learn about an underground city called Butotopia. The story begins when Susan Strong, who previously ran away, returns to ask Finn and Jake for help. She needs a powerful source of light for the dark underground place where her people live. Finn and Jake follow Susan underground and discover Butotopia, a hidden city where people live in darkness. They place the light source in the center of the city.
Oh, so I just toss it in here? Pretty straightforward. Okay, well, here I go. 1, 2, 3.
Which spreads light throughout the entire place and makes it livable again. After the city is restored, Susan brings her friends to Butopia so they can live there safely in a better environment. Episodes 15, 16, and 17 doesn't play a major role. In episode 18, we know that Golden L, or Cosmic L if it appears in a dream, makes the dream come true in the real world. Episode 19, we discover that the Ice King has been filming his memories on old tapes. From this point, the show begins to explore deeper and more serious stories, beyond the usual humor and adventure. Finn and Jake stumble upon these tapes and decide to share them with others. They make a colorful poster, inviting people to the treehouse to watch the tapes together. The Ice King, curious as ever, notices one of the posters and heads to the treehouse, hoping to join the viewing. But Finn and Jake pretend they're not at home, trying to keep things private. Despite his persistent attempts, the two heroes start watching the tapes alone with BMO, unraveling the Ice King's memories and the emotional weight they carry. And the events continue in the next episode. In episode 20, we are introduced to Betty, who was the Ice King's girlfriend in the distant past. We also learn the Ice King's real name, Simon Petrikov. Long before he became the Ice King, Simon was a regular human, but after coming into contact with the enchanted crown, he began to change. The crown gave him ice powers, the ability to see things others couldn't, and an unnaturally long life that stretched over 1,000 years. This is what made him strange and isolated in the present day. The story of the episode begins with the Ice King being frozen outside Finn and Jake's treehouse, peering in through the windows as they watch the tapes. He realizes that the tapes they are watching are his own memories. Angered and desperate, he bursts into the treehouse, demanding the tapes back. Finn and Jake, however, are missing one crucial tape. BMO decides to play it, and what unfolds is a glimpse into the past. Before the Mushroom War, Simon Petrikov was a human living a normal life, in love with his girlfriend Betty. This tape begins to reveal the tragedy of Simon's transformation, showing how the crown slowly changed him into the Ice King, while separating him from the life and love he once had. Simon Petrikov bought a strange crown from a traveling paper and ship seller, unaware of the magic it contained. The moment he placed it on his head, his world changed.
Mind is changing, but I'm already too far gone to know what to do. I want people to know that if I do things that hurt anyone, please forgive me. Just watch over me until I can find my way out of this labyrinth in my brain and regain my sanity. And then maybe Betty, my princess, maybe you will love me again. Please love me again, Betty.
So, the Ice King isn't evil. He's a victim. He lost his love, his mind, his identity. The crown didn't give him power. It took everything from him. So what we see isn't a villain. It's a broken man trying to connect. Deep down, he's still good. We can see he's actually good. He's saved people before and shown kindness to others. He's just lonely. Everyone is afraid of him, but no one really understands him. Until now.
Even as Ice King, Simon retained glimpses of his old humanity. He would often apologize for his actions, asking people not to be angry at him, knowing that the crown controlled him and forced him to act in ways he couldn't fully manage. With each passing day, the crown advanced his transformation, completing the shift into the Ice King we know. Episodes 21 and 22 doesn't play a major role. In episode 23, Finn is still taking care of the Inkyardian he rescued in the previous episode. Episode 24 doesn't play a major role. In episode 25, we're introduced to Joshua, Jake's father. But for Finn, Joshua also becomes a father figure, since Finn and Jake have been living together since childhood. After Finn was left in the woods as a child, Joshua found him and took him in, which is why Finn and Jake grew up together, forming a bond far deeper than friendship. They are practically brothers. In this episode, Finn acquires his third sword, a weapon he will carry into many future battles. The story centers around old tapes that Joshua filmed when he was alive. These tapes reveal a secret. A sword made from demon blood is hidden somewhere, and to claim it, Finn and Jake must confront the demon guarding it. Surprisingly, one of the tapes shows Joshua himself facing the demon. With calm authority, he speaks a few magical words that make the demon disappear instantly. Inspired, Finn and Jake go to the sword's location. When the demon appears and demands its blood back, Jake plays the tape, letting Joshua's voice speak the magical words once more. Just as in the past, the demon vanishes, allowing Finn and Jake to retrieve the sword safely. In episode 26, we are introduced to the Fire Queen and the Fire King, rulers of the mighty Fire Kingdom. The Fire King sits atop a crown and keeps his daughter trapped in a glass prison, for reasons that will be revealed in the following episodes. Meanwhile, Finn is heartbroken after his relationship with Princess Bubblegum ends, leaving him sad and frustrated. Seeing this, Jake decides to help Finn find a new friend, or maybe even a new girlfriend. During his search, Jake discovers the Fire Queen imprisoned in her glass cell. Using his magical stretching powers, Jake transforms into Finn's shape and speaks to the Fire King, claiming he wants to be friends with his daughter. The Fire King, impressed and cautious, frees the Fire Queen, warning that she is powerful and dangerous. But once freed, Jake immediately decides she's not his type and flees, leaving the Fire Queen angry and frustrated. Determined, the Fire Queen follows Jake back to the treehouse and confronts the real Finn. Confused, Finn doesn't understand what's happening at first, but the Fire Queen slaps him in the face before running off, leaving a mix of anger, tension, and curiosity. Even in this chaotic encounter, we see the beginning of a new love interest for Finn, as his heart starts to warm toward the Fire Queen. This episode sets the stage for a romance arc and a deeper exploration of the Fire Kingdom in upcoming episodes.
Like me? I like you?
Alouette, gente, alouette, alouette, gente, plumaret, gente, plumaret, gente, plumaret, alouette.